Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Stocks and Stuff. I hope everybody had a great day. The market was kind of cruising along here as Trump's in China with his all-star CEO crew. So let's see what's going to happen tomorrow on a Friday to close out the week. But first, all information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only, not intended as financial advice. Always do your due diligence. How are you guys this morning? I see Luis Rodriguez already posting a bunch of stuff up there. Thank you. TSCO. I was looking at that. I was looking at that Michael Anthony list today. It was trying to curl up. I agree. I think that bottomed out right there. You say it's going to 40. I agree. I think it is going up to this trend line. It'll get through that 20 at 35 and continue its way up there. I agree 100% with you, Luis Rodriguez. Fuel cell, that was ripping along the last few days, and that's still up there and could possibly run up tomorrow. So we'll have to keep an eye on that fuel cell. And what about Poet's been insane, guys. Poet went up like 50% in the after hours. That thing was absolutely nutty today. And it did have earnings right there. And I guess, oh no, they didn't have. I thought they had earnings. Technology post a loss. Yeah, they did post. They posted a loss, reports 0.5 million revenue and 50 million initial Lumina's AI order with a pop with up to 500 million. Oh, well, that's pretty big, huh? I'd say that's a pretty big order there for Poet. So there you go, Luis Rodriguez. You've been talking about that Poetry one. And FRVO right here. What is that one? That's that new one, Fervo Energy. We looked at that yesterday. I believe someone mentioned it, maybe you, but as Bill Gates backed geothermal company makes its public market debut there. And that is that. I wasn't really familiar with that one. And that bot was ripping back up there today. I didn't think it looked good this morning, to be honest with you. And then it went nutty today. So what do I know? It went up like 30% and then more in the after hours. So I guess I don't know anything. I thought it was going to pull back some more there. So yeah, bot popping back up right there for BOT. That's that new ETF one. Not a whole lot of data here, so you're just basing it off some candle action. So we'll see what's up with it tomorrow. But there you go, a few good ones right there. And your Samuel Adams is still going down, Luis Rodriguez. Holy cow. They might as well just jump into the Boston Harbor right at this point. Just throw it all in there and have like a Boston Tea Party, but a Samuel Adams tea party here because this is crazy. This thing's just dipping hard now. Look at it, and it doesn't even look good. Look at that thing. What happened? What went wrong at this company? You should, I'm sure you do know because you follow it and like the actual the beer. But yeah, I don't know what the hell they did. Boston Beer launches RTDs in glow in the dark packaging. They better do better than that, I would say. Holy cow, this thing's getting destroyed right now. So not many people liking Samuel Adams, huh, Luis Rodriguez? So there you are with that. How about ONDS with their earnings and popping up there today? And then it went up a little bit in the after hours. It actually, right, they had earnings this morning, right? Didn't they report? Yeah, they did report. I don't remember if it was after or before. Was that the one? No, UMAC was after. This was before, I think. And this was running up today. And I believe UMAC had gone after, right? Am I right about that? And then initially, yeah, it spiked up, then dipped down, but it did recover a little bit right there. We were looking at this in the after hours. I mean, it looked good going into it. Again, I'm not good at earnings, so I can't really tell you what the heck they're going to do. But ASTS was bouncing back up to that 50. Look at that thing looking really good right there, I must say. And your Lunar right here is trying to go through, and it did go through it. Look at this thing up in the top. It looks like it could continue to run up. I mean, these things are absolutely bonkers right now. The fact that they just keep running up in the top, and they're so overextended. But they keep running, guys. So that's the market conditions you're in right now. Redwire was looking good, and this thing went cruising up there today. Look at that bad boy. That was looking pretty good, actually, and it did run up pretty well for Redwire, and it's not looking bad to try to continue its way up. It was already up in the after hours, so keep an eye on that one, too. And let's see what MOB, that's not looking bad. I know Laptop Travel did interview Oren today, and it was up a little bit, bouncing around. Like I said, that might get bouncing up tomorrow too. Keep an eye on this one. OREN. I was gonna spell Oren. MOB. What the heck am I spelling? I don't even know. Mobilicom right here. Oren's the CEO. He's great. And so yeah, Mobilicom. Keep an eye on that because that one could get rolling. Drone sector is looking pretty good right here. LASR, let's see what that's doing. That's trying to bounce back up, but it does have that resistance up there, but it has been very strong. And Galaxy running back up with Bitcoin today. And they did have that good news today for the old crypto. What was it? The old thing got passed along Senate, or Congress. I forget what the heck it is even called. I'm trying to think of what the name of it, and I can't even remember. I posted it in the Discord, and I don't remember what the heck it's even called. But whatever that act is, what the heck is that act called, Luis Rodriguez, that they were passing, that crypto act? I just can't even remember what it's called right now. I have no idea why, but there you go. I should have wrote it down. Galaxy though, looking pretty good, I must say. And your DXYZ right here was pulling back. Sats was up a little bit more today and not looking bad to try to continue its way up. It does have good resistance. Be careful up there. But it doesn't look bad. And Carmel right there wasn't looking so bad, but we'll see what it wants to do tomorrow. It does look like it's trying to curl back up right there. USAR, they had earnings, I believe, right? That was today, or was it? Yeah, UAMY was today. I'm sorry. USAR was yesterday. UAMY, they were today. It wasn't anything crazy. I know that. Hold on. Let me put my fingers in the right spot on the keyboard. And yeah, that was pulling back there for UAMY. Oh, excuse me, UAMY. I hope I don't get the hiccups. That would be crazy. Hold on. Make sure I don't get the hiccups. Clarity Bill. Thank you. Yeah. That's what it's called, something like that. So yeah, there you go. The Clarity Bill for crypto. But yeah, UAMY, that did dip down and it did have their earnings today. And MP right here was pulling back a little bit more, and your 4Us was down. So again, they don't all look perfect right there. ASPI did look good. It was down today, but maybe that's a little healthy pullback and it still pulls back up tomorrow. Burn it, look at it. Holy cow, look at this thing running back up. I didn't even think it was bottomed out there yet, but apparently it wanted to be bottomed, and it does look pretty good. Keep an eye on this burner to get set up. BYRN, it's been beaten down. We've been watching. It gets back over this 20. It could get ripping, guys. So keep an eye on that. You know, I like that company. That's a good company right there. I don't know what their numbers are. I just like the product. Let's put it that way. Nuclear right here, NKLR. Like I said, they're looking a lot better after today. They pulled back yesterday, but looking pretty good to try to curl back up right there. So keep an eye on SMR, NKLR. And that ACLA was down, though. That one doesn't look as good, but like I said, SMR not looking bad, and that NKLR was up today, like 8%. Has a little resistance, but could continue to move up some right there. And like I said, the ACLA was down. EOSE right here. What's that one? ESOE. Oh, hold on. EOSE. All right, there we go. That was just popping around there today. It wasn't too crazy. It had that big run up and then pull back yesterday. It was, I think, with the earnings. So nothing much going on there today. And then your gush was up a little bit. Look at that setup right there. Again, I mean, USO still green right there, looking pretty good. Oxy, that's also looking pretty good. Someone makes sense of any of this stuff. You can't make sense of anything in this market. It's all kind of crazy. Oil's running up. The markets are at all-time highs every single day. It doesn't make any sense. Crypto's ripping along. Everything's ripping along. UNH, these ones were ripping along. What's your gold and silver looking like? Gold's down right there, and silver was down. I saw it. That doesn't look as good as it did the other day, that's for sure. Wow, that did pull back right there. But UNH, that's probably at the top. MOH was just down today, and I think that's going to be pulling back, and Oscar's probably going to be pulling back as well. And that was way up. Maybe you take Oscar on the way down tomorrow. I don't know. I'd have to look at that one tomorrow. I did say Wing, right? Take Wing down today. There it was, down over 1% right there, almost 1.5%. That's probably 1.5% at some point. And that's exactly what I said last night. Take Wing down. That thing does not look good. And it was bouncing in the after hours. We'll have to see what it looks like tomorrow. But yesterday it didn't. I mean, all these restaurants, I might have to attack some restaurants. I mean, they can't possibly be looking good right now. There's just no way. We went through them. We know they're not looking good. So anyway, there you go with them. And how about that RGTI? That was bouncing up. That looks pretty good right there. IONQ, that was ripping along, and that looks really good. So you might want to keep an eye on them. And like I said, RGTI, IONQ, they looked really good. This QUBT, what did I just type in? I have no idea. QBT was up, and remember, it had run up a little bit and then pulled back, but it is looking a lot better right there. Your QMCO just kind of hanging out, nothing real crazy. And QBTS is at D wave, and that looks pretty good to try to curl up. And what's your Defiance Quantum ETF looking like? That's back up. Look at it in the top, keeps on running. QSI, yeah, it's trying to do so much. QuantumScape, that's down. It was actually, it doesn't look too bad right there. It might bounce up again. I don't know. We have to look at it. It says it's down the after hours. I'd have to see it tomorrow. But that could run if you like it. Keep an eye on that. And your triple D's is still going up right here. Look at this thing. That moves a lot better than that Zscape, that's for sure. And there you go with 3Ds, DDD, 3D Systems Corp. And there you go with some quantum and computer hardware ones. We do have some playoff action. It's Buffalo and Montreal. Buffalo is up 3-2 right now in the second period. The second period just started. What is the series is tied 2-2 right now, so this is a pretty important game, I'd say, right there. And I think there's other games on. If I remember correctly, hold on, I don't really remember too much, but let me see. What did I remember? There was something else on tonight, maybe. I really don't remember actually. Isn't there another hockey game on tonight? I don't know. Golden Knights and Ducks. Look at that. I was right, 9:30, but it doesn't look like there's any basketball games on tonight. That's because the Sixers got swept. So the Knicks, they just get to go on a vacation. I don't know. They could go like around the world right now before they have to play. Holy cow. The Knicks have like a month off, it seems like. They better be healthy for the next round. Anyway, here we go. And Zach, man, holy cow, you're Minnesota Wild last night. How the heck did they give that up and then lose it in the overtime there? I mean, that was definitely, I felt bad for you last night after watching that game. I was like, oh, poor Zach and all the Minnesota Wild fans. Geez Louise, you can't give that's just as bad as the Flyers getting swept in 4 games. But I mean, Carolina's hot, but still. They had 2 overtime games and still couldn't do anything. Crazy stuff. That's why playoff hockey is so awesome. Even when your team loses, you're like, oh, it's still pretty cool playoff hockey. AMPX looking a little bit better to try to curl up right there. I don't know if it'll get through all that, but it is going to curl up. Maybe not get through to 20 right there. We'll see as it curls up and approaches it anyway. Starbucks was up a little bit today. It doesn't look that great. We'll look at it tomorrow. Maybe it tries to roll off this MACD right there. It looked like it was looking a little bit better maybe at the end of the day. It spiked up like that at the very end. But yeah, I'd have to look at Starbucks tomorrow, get a better idea of that one. UCO right here. Like I said, oil looking a little bit better right there. So SEO, I mean, that one looked good. And again, this thing is going to be when these oil prices finally get turned back around, and they could pull back some more. This could be in your lower 6s, to be honest with you, and that could be the bottom. And then this thing will get skyrocketing, and your UCO will go down, and oil prices will switch around, and all that good stuff will happen. So obviously, we got to watch for them bottoms because that's going to happen. CMG, Chipotle, still down right here. Nothing too crazy right there. And of course, our Cracker Barrel, nothing crazy there. And we're just watching to see if that can do anything. I really don't think the restaurants are going to be, they're going to be struggling right now, Sean. So I have a feeling that they're going to be hard to be running. Some of them will, but I don't think a lot of them will. Let's put it that way. Plug Power was down a little today. Could just be a little healthy pullback. That one's been great. And like I said, QuantumScape was down, but in an interesting spot right there. We'll have to look at QS tomorrow. I got to look at that bad boy in the morning and see what it wants to do. And then that Rocket was up a little bit right here. That doesn't look too bad. I must say, Rocket might perform pretty well here. LDI, that was up a little bit right there, and that actually looks a lot better. I mean, it didn't look that good when I looked at it earlier, but it looks a lot better right there. Yeah, I looked at it at the beginning of the day, and it did spike up. That does look pretty good right there. Let's see. What was Home Depot and Lowe's? They were up a little bit, but not looking good. And like I said, their earnings are coming out next week, and they are supposed to be pretty important ones for the housing sector. Lowe's was up a little bit more, and it was throughout the day than Home Depot, but there you go. And yeah, we'll see what they want to do tomorrow. I mean, they have that there's that bottom look, so maybe they're getting set up, but they don't look completely set up yet, and they don't look like Lowe's will be set up by next week that fast. So we'll look at it each day as we get approaching them earnings right there. So We will keep an eye on Lowe's and HD, Home Depot, and of course Rocket and all them good guys. And Lucid was down. It was actually looking real good. And again, that could be a little healthy pullback and it gets ripping back up tomorrow. Fun was up a little bit today. It does look like it's trying to get rolling off that MACD. Look at that look right there. So maybe this becomes a lot more fun in the next week for FUN and just gets set up tomorrow, rolls off the MACD and has like a clear display of it. Then you might want to look at it for next week. It might be good. We'll look at it. It's on our list. So yeah, we'll be checking that out. And let's see, good old grab right here. That one's just been pulling back. Like I said, that thing's just kind of pulling back at the moment. Nothing crazy. The big bear. Didn't I say this thing? Give it a bear hug the other day. Was that yesterday or the day before? I don't remember, to be honest with you. But I tell you, these small cap show picks are just unbelievable, guys. I mean, they just rip right there. IMRX, that was pulling back. That's at pancreatic cancer company, and it did look pretty good. I still think that's a dip and rip right there. Sinez Tech was down a little bit, and I think that's getting set up as well for next week. So keep an eye on that. Circle was getting rejected off of that resistance, Luis Rodriguez. It could come down a little bit. That next setup's going to be perfect on Circle, Luis Rodriguez. So we're definitely going to want to look at that bad boy right there. That's for sure. LAES, another one from the small cap show. That thing's running tomorrow, guys. Look at that bad boy. That thing should run. It's down a little bit in the after hours. I would look at LAES right there. That is looking pretty good to me. And, of course, I gave out BT too, and there you go. It keeps running up, and that thing may extend up more tomorrow. And I don't even know. That we should probably go over what the heck is the stock ticker of that new one that was like all popular today. I can't even think of it. I had it written down. Where'd I put it? Holy cow. That I saw that the other day, Snail, and that was running up. What the heck was that one that IPO'd today, Luis Rodriguez, or Laptop Travel, or even Consistency Spikes, or somebody? What the heck was the stock ticker on that? Really, the one that everybody liked. That was like that. Why DGXX and all them were running up. I actually said, and not only said it, but I did it too. I didn't take a big position though. I bought puts like right around here. Actually, I was talking about it. It did run up a little bit. I should have added way more when I knew it was gonna, because when that IPO came out for that thing, what the heck is it called? I can't even think of what the hell it's called. Someone help me out. CBRS. Thank you, Zach. You're such a good helper right there. Appreciate that. CBRS. That's exactly what I was thinking of. Cerebrus or whatever the heck it is. But yeah, I said, and Izzy, you know that people in the Discord. I mean, I'm not the one that actually had the idea. I was just the one that I deciphered what Ben was talking about. He was like, "This thing's going down." I'm like, "All right, well, he's like 100% confident that this thing's gonna dip." I said, "I was like, well, are we short this thing down or buy puts?" And I don't know. He didn't seem to like the idea. But then after it did this, he goes, "Why the hell didn't I buy puts?" I go, "I don't know. You were the one that said it. I just rolled with what you were saying." So I didn't, like I said, I only bought a couple. I didn't get crazy with it. I should have, though. Honestly, I should have went crazy with it because that thing was nasty right there. Look at that dip. That was a beauty. And yeah, like I said, even if you bought it at the beginning of the day, that put you on by the end of the day, you were up. And so yeah, you did well on this thing, just knowing it was going to go down. When that CBRS, thanks, Lewis. When this one, I meant to write this down first so we could go over it because this thing was absolutely insane today. And so yeah, this thing, Cerebrus Systems, valued at about $107 billion, and NASDAQ debuted after IPO, priced at $185 per share, and then it went up to 3 something. So I mean, it was kind of crazy, but it started out like right around like 3 something. So I don't know. It debuted at that price, but you aren't catching that price there today. And it was bouncing around a little bit. Don't get me wrong. You can see it stayed in the 300 area, but it was a little crazy because, like I said, it was supposed to be priced at $185 per share. And it opened at what, 3 something? I forget exactly what it was. Opened at 350. So that was crazy. And that's why I'm saying that thing was nutty right there. So I'm not sure if anybody actually played this CBRS right now, but that was what was going on right there today. And that's why that DGXX worked out well for to put puts on. And I said it in the old Discord this morning. I also our top picks today were absolutely insane. The video, look at this thing, that was up and to the right. Uh, how do you say this one? MBIS. It's Nebius. I've always said Nubius. I don't know why, but look at this thing. This thing went wild today, guys. This thing was crazy right there. So there you go. And that was our top pick. This was our number two. And a matter of fact, this when it ran up right here, and then it was like pulling back right there just as we were about to get off the air. I said, here you go, guys, this is where it's about to take off and be its high of the day. It was pretty damn close to the high of the day. It went a little bit higher, but well, I guess we can still not really, because it went up on that, so it came down. But I thought it was going to run up all the way, but it went up to that 237. You know where I said it was going to? I said it was going to 240, 237, 240. And there you go. It did it in the after hours for you, and literally told everybody right there was the bottom 230. Bam. And look at that thing, never came back down. And that was a beauty today, too. If you were in the Discord, everybody, Zach and all you guys. So that was a nice one. And I know a lot of people were playing that in the Discord, so we nailed that thing perfectly for you guys. And that's what we try to do for you is in that Discord. So lots of fun in there. So if you want to live trade and hang out and see what's popping, go ahead and check it out. And like I said, the links are in my profile, or just hit me up with an X message on X, and I will respond. Here we go. Let's keep on cruising right through, and then I'll get to everybody's messages, of course. We were at LAES, and Nubius. We just looked at it, and that was one of our top picks, and it did run a lot today. Look at that thing up and to the right. Did come down a little bit, but by that point, we were all getting out. I mean, it may run up some more tomorrow, right there. To be honest with you, it looks like it's going to, and so yeah, that was a good one right there. NBIS, Nebius. I say Nubius. Don't ask me. You guys know I can't read or talk. And Nebius, it's supposedly called. I have no idea. But anyway, CoreWeave right here. Let's see what that's up to tonight, because it was up a little bit. It had taken that dip right there. We'll see if it gets through the 20. It's going to start running. So keep an eye on that. And CrowdStrike right here was running up some more. I mean, when's that stop, guys? Does anyone know when CrowdStrike's going to be over? Because does that just keep on running right there, Doge Mama 9? How are you this evening? Inconsistency Spike, and then Zach and Sean, all kinds of great people hanging out tonight. Look at that whole crew. And of course, Luis Rodriguez. And I'm sure Janik is probably going to be hanging out. And who else? Everybody else. Valerie, that's who. I couldn't think of Valerie well. I was trying to think of Valerie's last name. Valerie Welch, she always hangs out too. And so CrowdStrike, how far does this go up, Lewis? I mean, geez, Louise, how do these things just keep going up? And then how do you chase them up there is the other question, but they seem to be the plays because they keep going. We added this last night. Look at this thing. This is going to continue to go up there tomorrow. I mean, is anyone going to play that? That was a ripper right there today, up and to the right. Well, for the most part, I guess it did come down a little bit, but then it went back up higher. So I would say it was up and to the right for the most part for TSEM. And we talked about that one last night. I mean, that's crazy. How about that NNE? That's looking good. And like I said, these nuclear, I mean, that looks really good. That looks better than NKLR and SMR right now. And NKLR is not looking bad, and SMR is trying to get set back up there, looking a lot better to roll back up. But I'll tell you what, that nano nuclear is getting set up right there. That is a good look, and that's going to get cruising, guys. Look at that thing tomorrow. That's looking already nice. It's up 2% in the after hours, it says, but looking really good for NNE. And light right here, you guys know this is pretty bright light right there, but it is pulling back here. It's in that channel. You know, guys, this thing will get well over $1,000 again. Watch, see if it pulls back into the lower 900s. It'll be a pretty good buy right there. And how about MGN, Doge Mama 9? It was actually green in the after hours and during the day today. Look at that. It spiked up early. I know that. It went running. We talked about it this morning. And it did spike. Where the heck was it? I forget where it even spiked to, but it spiked up here too. Look at that, 18 cents right there. And but it did spike up early this morning. I forget where it was too. And here you go. Oh, is it reverse splitting? Hold on. Oh, they received their notice. That's why. Oh, but there you go. It never got the run before the notice came. Damn it. There you go. Well, that's why I guess we got out of it. I thought this thing was actually going to finally run, and I guess that's what that spike was today with that red candle, was because they were getting that notice. So they received their Nasdaq notice right there. They're going to get either delisted. They got to do something with it. So now we can take it off the list now, Doge Mom and I. We don't really have to look at MGN. There you go. I didn't even realize that happened today. Datavol, I did see it spike up, and I guess that would have made sense. And Datavolt was looking really good there. That's going into the earnings. We can keep an eye on this thing. This has earnings tomorrow and looks really good. That could be actually a good earnings play right there. We don't play many of them. It's a cheapie, but it could be a decent one. I'm not gonna lie, for good old DVLT. It doesn't look bad right there, and we know it can run pretty well. That Resolve is still hanging out right there. Luis Rodriguez doesn't look too bad. I had this on the list last night. IMRN, that ran up pretty nice today as well. Fun was looking pretty good. We had that on the list last night. That ran up. That was looking pretty fun. Rich Tech Robotics, that's getting set up right there. That's going to get ripping relatively soon. And let's see what Serve Robotics is doing. That was up a little bit, and that looks pretty good too. So yeah, SERV and Rich Tech Robotics getting set up right there. And let's see what else is going on with our fun list. SNGX. This thing was up today, and I think Doge Mama 9, you mentioned this yesterday, as a matter of fact, and that does look pretty good to continue up. And yeah, you let it go. There goes Megan. We're gonna have to let her walk on her own, Doge Mama 9. She's out of here, MGN. That's good old Megan Holding. She's out until they either get that, they'll figure it out and it gets set up and wants to pop. But by then, we probably won't be looking at it anymore. So it won't even matter at that point. So who cares? And SGNX, like I said, I think you had mentioned this last night and it was up. It was looking pretty good. This one, guys, Greenland Energy. I'm telling you, this thing looks really good right here. Look at this bad boy. I would say Greenland Energy might be the one that you want to keep an eye on. And honestly, just get it and forget about it too. You can't get options. It's cheap though, and they may drill like billions of barrels of oil. We've interviewed the CEO. We know exactly what's going on with the company. Not exactly, but he's told us what he can. And yeah, I would say GLND is looking really good right there. Zach and Doge Mama 9 and anybody else that's interested, this looks really good. And like I said, I don't think that's an overnight trade. I think you're going to want to keep this bad boy, and it could be explosive in the future. So that's one you just tuck away for later on. So there you go, Luis Rodriguez and everybody else. And there you are with GLND. It is looking very, very nice, I must say. I had to add that to the list and tell you guys. And remember what I said about the 1-800-Flowers and Zach's pick right there. Look, it's exactly what we said. Let's see. Did Novaks go down a little bit? It was up. I saw it up. It touched that 50. Look at that. Remember, I said it was going to come down, touch the 50. It did exactly that. 887. I said it was going to come down, hit the 50. Yep, it was right down there, and then bounced right back up. This looks like it's going to crawl back up too. Remember, I said that the other night. I said exactly what that was going to do the other day. That's crazy when Zach came on this show, whatever night that was, 2 nights ago or whatever. And yeah, look, I said exactly what this was going to do. And there you go. 1-800-Flowers and that Novaks thing. So there you go. They both look good. And yeah, we were had sneak peeks at them the other day. How about that? And how about what's going on with Rhythm right here? It is up, looking good. MSOS wasn't doing anything today. Tilray, that wasn't really doing a whole lot. It's trying to get set up, but I would rather look at it and see if it is trying to get set up. Canopy Growth not really doing anything. And SNDL, I'm telling you, look at this thing is solid, guys. Remember I said this might be one of the most solid ones. This thing may get cruising here. So keep an eye on this SNDL. It's kind of interesting. And like I said, they're like a Tilray. They've gone the beverage route and also in the cannabis route. So they've done a little bit of both. And I don't know who's even better. Tilray is a bigger company, but I don't know who's actually better. What's their market cap? 378 million. I don't know what Tilray's is. I think it's higher than that though. Yeah, 657. So it's like double the company. But like I said, SNDL is a good one right there. So keep an eye on that one as well. And then that blink right here was down a little bit. It had run up the other day. Maybe it's coming back down to the 20. And Sezzle is getting set up. I think it might have been back down a little bit today. No, it was up a little. It was bouncing around. It's in the top. It is trying to get set up, but maybe it's going to have a little pullback before it really runs right there, Lewis. I don't know. It has that crazy look right now, like it's going to do something erratic. Who knows? They've been erratically running up, haven't they? And here's Sterling. I guess that wouldn't have been a good idea to short this thing down because it just bounced right back up there. So that one's crazy as well. And Rivian, we did say it looked pretty decent, but we also said Lucid didn't look too bad, and that one wasn't exactly up today. But yeah, Rivian and Lucid I thought looked good. Lucid may try to bounce back tomorrow, and Symbotic right there is that's a good spot, guys. You know, Symbotic. Well, these trend lines have been money. I'm telling you, these trend lines have been great lately. That should get popping back up a little bit for Symbotic. Keep an eye on that. And it's now 3-3 with 7:42 left in the second period. Montreal Buffalo are now tied up, and that game is in Buffalo. So there you are. Let me see. And that was a big save by Buffalo goalie right there. Montreal should have just taken the lead 4-3, but they just got stoned right in front of the doorstep. That was a nice pass, nice shot, and a big save by Buffalo goalie. Anyway, here's Symbotic. That looks like it's going to be popping up as well, so keep an eye on that. And hey, Luis Rodriguez, you had Sezzle on your list. We just looked at it. Look at that. It didn't change in less than a minute there, so it still looks the same. And again, it has an interesting look, like it wants to be erratic. Which way? I don't know, but probably up because that's the way that they all been going. ANET, a net right here. This looks pretty good. That's getting set up too. ANET. I love it. That looks really good, as a matter of fact. Luis Rodriguez. And you know, service now. What did he say? It's getting ready, guys. So I hope everybody was looking at them options. If you weren't, here you go. This is what he told us to look at. It's all the way down here, June 17th, back down here, and they're the 150 calls. Some people got them right there, or Lewis bought more. Some people bought them right there. Look at that. They were listening, Luis Rodriguez. So there we are. And yep, and this does look pretty good right here. I would say service now is looking pretty good right now, thanks to Luis Rodriguez, and that heads up on the leaps, it's called. I had to write that down so I could remember what the heck they're called. Leaps. That's what it's called. QCLS. This one looks good every once in a while, and it was up today. I didn't realize it was up that much. That could continue to run up. That one was jumping pretty nice. And optics right here, whatever optics, Syntech Optics. Oh wow, look at that thing. That's a nice setup right there. That should be cruising up tomorrow, guys. Keep an eye on OPTX. Looks beautiful, as a matter of fact. And let me see what else. Luis Rodriguez. Oh, Watt right here. This had a big recovery today. I didn't think this looked good at all. Ben actually said, don't worry about the chart. It looks like crap, and there's a reason that it's going to pop today. I have no idea what he even said, but he was right. It did pop up there. I was like, wow, you're right about that, Watt, because I thought it looked like crap. And yeah, so it ran up for some odd reason. I have no idea what's going on with that one, but it did move. And sequence right here, communication. This looks like it has a lot of room to run, as a matter of fact, and getting set up. So why don't we keep an eye on SQNS as well, Luis Rodriguez? I'm sure you have your eye on it. Copen is setting up again. It was running the other day, and then it came dipping down. But now it looks like it's about to get popping tomorrow. Look at that, guys. Copen could be popping tomorrow. Copen to introduce new advanced soldier vision technologies at SOF week, something like that. I don't know what they're talking about. Do they do vision technology? I have no idea what this company does. Electronic components, you know, we got to look at it now. Vision beyond imagination. I need some of this shit so I can see things normal. What the heck? That hurts my eyes. But anyway, let's see. Yeah, can you guys help me out? Maybe I can call up Copen. Hey, I'll talk about your stock every night. Give me some of these things so I can see again, because I clearly can't see right. Can you fix my brain injury, Copen? I don't know. Medical. Look, let's find out. I want to find out some more. Vision beyond the procedure. Let's see. Our head and instrument mounted vision systems assist doctors with high resolution imaging, providing critical information. So, wow. when they're look at that. That's what they do. They do them things. That's pretty wild, huh? Holy cow, they're pretty crazy. Imagine if I just walked around with a pair of them on, like I was just like cruising around. That would be pretty cool. But there you go. That's coping. I didn't know what the heck they did, but now we do know something. And yeah, it looks really good for tomorrow, guys. I'd say keep an eye on that. Probably as a momentum play, if anything, and it is looking good. How are you, laptop travel? You're on your way to somewheres. I have no idea what that even says. On the way to what the heck does that say? I don't even know what that says, but he's going somewheres, guys. Let's put it that way. And he gave us a bunch of stocks to look at. He stopped by, threw some stocks, and said, "I'm out of here." And he said, "What is going to pop even further once the QSR?" Oh, it was the McDonald's thing that you talked about. That's right. Laptop travel. You mentioned this last night. I had said that to Ben. I said, "Wait, that's what I didn't know what the heck you were talking about." Laptop travel. You mentioned Watt and MCD McDonald's in the same sentence. Said something happened. I couldn't figure out what the heck you even said. And that's when, and then Ben mentioned it today. I totally forgot that's what it was because I had told him that you talked about it last night and I didn't know what the heck you were talking about. So there you go. And the secret is revealed. I'll let you guys figure it out. That acronym, which one? Once the QSR, that's your QSR. What's that acronym, laptop or Luis Rodriguez? We got to figure it out. Because I don't know what the hell he's even talking about. I couldn't even figure out what he was talking about yesterday. So anyway, there you are, laptop travel giving us cryptic messages. But yeah, he did mention that Watt and McDonald's were doing something yesterday, and I didn't know what the heck he was talking about, but that's what happened. They did have something, and again, they didn't even announce it yet. What Ben was saying is like they had mentioned something, but they figured out that it's actually McDonald's and they're using, I guess, Watt's system. What does Watt even do? I have no idea. You guys know I have no idea what the hell I'm talking about with this stuff. What do these guys even do? Get real time data and visibility with no batteries, no wires, and no boundaries. So I don't know what they do, but they do something. Is it energy? I have no idea. What products do they? Transmitters, something else, sensors, software, something, technologies, the company. Let me just see. It's easier just if they tell me about the company, I think. Our next generation wireless power networks enable unprecedented levels of visibility, control, and intelligent business automation. I still don't even know what I'm talking about. What the heck are these? What do they do? I can't figure this out, guys. I'm retarded. Our next gen. All right, figure that out. We'll skip that part. Wireless power networks enable unprecedented levels of visibility, control, and intelligent business automation. All right, I guess they like do like maybe AI stuff. I still don't even know what they do. Anyway, who cares? And wireless power solutions. I'm going to say that's what they do. How about that? They were founded in 2012 and now they made it all the way down, all the way here to 2026. And nobody knows what they do, but they have wireless power solutions. And apparently, McDonald's is going to work with them or something. So that's it right there. That's as much as I can tell you. And I don't even know if I'm telling you the right information. So there you go. Take it for that. Laptop travel, because I don't even know. What real time? He'll tell us. See, I told you he would tell us. Real time tracking using cheap 10-cent stickers placed on items. Then a transmitter in the location activates the stickers and they transmit data to an AI server, time, temperature, and location. Oh, that Money Mark was talking about that. I guess when he was breaking down Watt. Now that you say that, I totally forgot about all that stuff. But I don't really remember what Money Mark said, but I just remember him talking about a sticker and a transmitter or something like that. I couldn't really follow exactly what he was talking about, but that is, and they didn't have batteries or anything like that. So the power is not on the sticker. It's the energy transmitted over the, yeah. There's no batteries or anything like that. I remember him saying something like that, but I didn't know what he was really talking about. And I just sit there and agree, and it sounds good to me. And then I need to ask ChatGPT like I'm 5. Like, can you explain this to me like I'm retarded? Because I don't know what anyone's talking about ever. Oh yeah, there you are. The power. Yeah, he did say something about that. I remember it was on the small cap show when he was talking about this thing. And it actually does look like it's going to curl back up and probably run up to that 37. So you're probably right there, laptop travel. So there you go with Watt. It's been a popular one. And there you are. So if you like Watt, you found out a bunch of more information, but I know Money Mark knows way more than I do. And obviously, Laptop Travel knows way more than me, too. So don't ask me to tell you what these companies do because I don't really know. I just try to figure it out why we're on this air. Well, why we're talking about it. Let's put it that way. So anyway, Watt, McDonald's, we were talking about Copen, and now let's see what ACET is up to here. A decent bio or something. Wow, that looks really decent. As a matter of fact, that looks like it's setting up the run as well, Luis Rodriguez. So a lot of great ones right here, getting ready to rock and roll. How about this solar one? It's like SEDG, Sedge Solar, Solar Edge, something. Yeah, there you go. Wow. That had the edge today, huh? That one went ripping up there. That'll probably go up. It looks like it wants 55. I would assume that one's going to get that 55 area. What about our wolf speed right here? It ran up some more, guy. I'm telling you, I said this thing was going to go rip it. We got it. I have to get that wolf clip. I mean, that's a crazy run up, guys. Is that not nutty? I mean, that's pretty wild right there. So I would say I gotta find that clip right there. I forget. It was back here in April. I know that when it was way down here, you're hitting $69 now. Holy shit. I said it was gonna fly like that. And how about the other Terror Wolf right here? That's not looking too bad either. That looks like a good play for tomorrow. WULF right there looks like it should be pretty good. SNGX right here was popping up a little bit. I think you mentioned that yesterday. Or was that you that mentioned that, or Doge Mama 9? Maybe it was maybe it was Luis Rodriguez. I don't remember, to be honest. I know I wrote it down. It did look good, and it was up. And the Hive right here is looking really good. That looks like it should set up and run some more. We talked about this one not long ago either. I said that Hive was going to be buzzing. Well, there you go. We're always a few days early. You guys know that. And FRMI Fermi. That looks like it should continue to run up there as well. TBH right there is Bragg House. Wow, that one's bragging today. It's like, wow, we got the technical breakout and the momentum drive. So we're going to be bragging to everybody. And this one could continue to go up. It's in a pretty good spot to do it. I have no idea. Electric Gaming and Multimedia, but it does look pretty decent right there. How about GMM right now? Global MoFi. Let's see what this MoFi is going to do. And yeah, it has resistance. I don't know. It has it looks good, but it does have that resistance right there. So we could see what that's going to do. And what about CHR right here? Good old Cheer Holding. Let's see, because that one looks pretty decent to get cheering tomorrow some more. It's up 25%, but it could get right to that 50 at like 220 something. So it does have some more room to cheer. And that is a China small cap. I don't know if you put that on the list, Luis Rodriguez. I think I actually wrote that there on somebody mentioned it to me on on StockTwits or something. I forget. I don't even remember. But anyway, there you go. CHR. Maybe you did write it. I don't even really remember, to be honest with you. But let's look at these ones are all looking pretty good. Whoa, Montreal scored again. It's 4-3. Second period, 2:37 left. So, and Montreal's on a power play right now. Let me see. Was this the goal? Oh, wow. Oh, man. Buffalo, just beautiful cross check to the throat. I mean, you're definitely going to take a penalty for that. Holy cow. He just got clobbered. Dude just walked up and just cross-checked them right in the throat against the boards. Yeah, you're definitely going to get a 2-minute. Well, you can get a 4-minute major for that one. That was nutty. Holy cow. Cheer right here. That one might have something to cheer about. And like I said, this Michael Anthony ones, you might want to take a look at them. I was saying they were looking good. That Planet Fitness is setting up right here. That looks really good. PLNT. Very beautiful setup. And we already talked about Tractor Supply. That's at the bottom right here. And that's going to get set up right there. So keep an eye on good old Tractor Supply and Portillo's as well, guys. This is down there. I mean, when you're going to buy anything, you're going to buy it down here. It may level down a little bit. So, you got to be careful. I don't even know if they have options. They do have options on Portillo's. So, I mean, you got to buy them out a little further. That's why Luis Rodriguez crushes it. He buys them like a year out. And within that year time, the damn thing's bound to run up, and then you sell it while it's up in the air, and then before it pulls back. I mean, it is pretty brilliant, Luis Rodriguez. It's like, all right, you pay a little extra for that insurance, but you're going to win at some point. You know they're down here, and then you buy it really far out, and then you know it's going to blast off, and then you have a bunch of time left, so it actually like makes the thing even worth more when it's up. So yeah, it's kind of crazy. And so yeah, if you're going to be looking at these things, I don't think it's ready yet, but it's getting there. And that is your PTLO. And then that PPC is at Pilgrim's Pride. That's down there. That's another one that's going to have to get set up. UEC is uranium pulling back a little bit. And then that Tiger, it was down a little bit today. It's still not looking too bad right there. We'll see what it wants to do. And there you go. And let's see, laptop travel. You got a bunch over here. Let's see what's going on with that one. And let's look at devs real quick. Who said that? Zach was looking at devs. And that, remember, I think I mentioned this the other day. If I didn't mention, I saw it on my scanner and didn't mention it. Did I have this on the list the other day? I'm not sure. If not, I definitely saw this on the scanner the other day, and that is your dev stream. It does look really good right there, as a matter of fact, Zach. So good look on that. And before we do laptop travel, I'm gonna run this bad boy real quick, and just then we'll cruise back to laptop travel and let that run. Let's go through his list real quick. I have it up on the screen if you want to pay attention. AROC, we'll cruise right through. It's a Thursday, so Friday, one more day, and that looks right. That's getting set up. And these oil and gas ones, again, guys, look at USO. I mean, it looks really good. I was saying that yesterday, even though it was red. Didn't I say it didn't look bad? I said it didn't look great, but it didn't look bad. Oxy, I said the exact same thing. And look at these things curling up. They don't look bad. I'm telling you that right now. And AZI right there. That don't look bad either. An auto and truck dealership. I don't know this one. Oh, autos. Have looked at this one before. That other one was not Bayos. That's not a truck one. What's that other truck and auto dealership one in China? I know INO, not INO. What the heck is it? NIO. That's it. NIO. Isn't that it? Yeah, that's it right here. That was running yesterday. I didn't look at it today. I was wondering if it ran up again, but it did not. And there you are, BCHT right here, Birch Tech. That looks real good. That could continue its way to run up tomorrow, especially in the morning. BKV is trying to get set up. It could bounce around tomorrow right there. CVE is an energy play. Now that one looks pretty good. They continue to way up there. CVE, that's setting up right there. Laptop travel looking good on that one. And let's see what December's doing. That's DEC, Diversified Energy. I didn't know what it was. That's actually getting ready to diversify itself right up in the air right there for good old DEC. That looks pretty good, I must say. And what about DETX? Liberty Defense, that's getting set up, guy. You know I love that look right there. Next week, that's going to be a great one. DETX. Not familiar with that one at all, but it does look good. And Flock right here. Let's see what it's going to flock and do. That's a pretty good one, huh? Floco Holdings. Let's see. Let's see what this Flock is up to. I have no idea. I've never heard of this before, and I've never seen it before. But it definitely works when I just said, let's see what it's going to flock and do. That's pretty good. FLOC, Flock. Have Flowcat. What does it even do? It's gas and oil something. I'm just curious. And they all have like a nice sunset. And all these gas companies always have these guys in hard hats and a nice sunset. That's always their pictures. I don't know. Anyway, Flock right here. It could flock a little higher. I don't know. We'd have to look at it and see what it really wants to do there. FTCI. Let me see what you're up to here. That's in a good spot to continue its way up. Laptop travel. Galmid right here. Let's see. That's in a good spot too. Check that one out. Doge Mama 9 and everybody else. Galmid looking pretty good. GLMD and Visionary Holdings. GV right here is not too bad. I did see this was up today. I think it's on like a watch list. Don't ask me why still, but it is. INVR or no, INR. I lied. It's INR. And that's Infinity Natural Resources. That's another oil and gas one looking pretty good right there, I'd have to say. And INUV, I believe, is something. Inuvo or something. I don't know how to say that one. Not that I know how to pronounce any of them, but there you are. That's actually looking good. easily get up to the 211, but it could also get to that 237 and possibly even tomorrow right there for INUV and IPW. iPower, I just had this laptop travel was just on my scanner. Holy cow, that scanner's a ripper right there. I know that for a fact because that was just on there the other day. And I made a new scanner, and the thing is like on fire with these things. Wow, that was a good one. And in fact, I'll tell you a story. I have to go on. Oh, I can do it easily right here. Let me tell you what it is. Let me sign in real quick. So I've told you about the fact that we were making the old trading bot. It's done. I'm actually training it, and here I'll show you. I couldn't remember which one it was. I had to go in there and look at it. But this one right here, guys, check this one out. It picked up this one yesterday, and it ran over 100% today. This LNKS, it was way up there. It went flying. It was up over 100%. It did pull back like all of them do, but yeah, look at that thing. That one went ripping right there. LNKS. It was up in the morning too. Came back down and then ripped in the regular. I mean, you could have played it twice right there. LNKS, and I did see it last night because I was on the bot, and I have to program this thing and like mess with it and stuff and do stuff. So I saw it and I was just like, huh, that's interesting. And then it went ripping today. So I would say our bot that we created, that trading bot, it picked up 100%ers on that on its own. It also had Tesla on there and TSLL, and I didn't put it in there for it. So I saw Tesla was down a little bit today. It was up too at one point. It has an interesting look. Laptop almost looks like it wants to crawl down right there, but I don't know. I'm gonna wait to see if it actually crawls down. It never really. These things are running in the top like maniacs, and I still think it wants to get to like this 460, 480 area, 450 at least. And but I do think it wants to go a little bit higher as well. So we'll be watching the Tesla tomorrow too. But yeah, it also had that on there. But yeah, it had 100%er on there. LNKS picked it right up like it was no big deal. And this thing's trained to pick up my patterns and then trade them and execute the trades like way better than I can, like at the bottom and the top. So how crazy is that, guys? So hopefully in about a month or two, this thing's going to be fully active and running like on its own with like crazy. And yeah, I'm training it right now, and it definitely works. I can tell you that. So pretty cool stuff there. I've been talking about it for a while, and we finally got the whole thing. Yeah, it has its own website and like dash, like everything. We built everything. We did it, and we ended up not even using any of the. We hired engineers for like ever and never used like, and then basically didn't use any of their stuff and just did it ourselves. When I told you guys that what the heck's that one called? Not Gemini, Claude. When Claude did that last update, guys, it was like insane. I was like, wait a second, you can do this all on our own now, and we can definitely master this thing. And we did it. So how about that? Pretty wild. So I'll keep you up to date on that thing. But yeah, picked up this 100%er right there. And this thing linkers right here. This thing may still run again. I just have to watch it tomorrow because it has a weird look, but might want to put it down on our list right here just to keep an eye on it for tomorrow morning as well, and see if it does want to be another runner there, Doge Mama 9. So how about that one right there? Interesting stuff. And let me see, what else did Laptop Travel have? I forget where I even was, to be honest with you. I think we did IPW. I kind of remember doing something like that, or IPW. Oh, let me type it in right. That might help. Yeah, that was at iPower. KSCP. I don't know if we did Nightscope. That's not too bad right there. We'll see if it wants to run. The Lion right here, that was up today. That's on one of my watch lists still too, and I saw that one up running. So there's your Lion. JagX was up too. Look at this thing. I think they had earnings or something. No, they had a split. I thought they had earnings, but maybe they didn't. And look at JagX, everybody. That one was popping today. Not looking too bad right there. And we might as well look at our cheetahs. That one's still around. CTMT, it certainly is. It's way down there. Remember, it took that huge dip and then they reverse split it. Maybe the cheetah, that looks pretty bad right there, huh? Cheetah is not looking good at all. But anyway, there you go. And MGRX right now, Mango Ceuticals. This one's a cool name. I always like this one. I forget what they do, but that does look good for good old Mango Ceuticals. Watch that one, Doge Mama 9. That could get ripping too. MGRX, we're gonna have to write that one down as a penny one too. That one looks pretty. What else you have? Mimi, we had this one on the list last night and it went popping here. I think this was also on my scanner and this one went popping up today and it doesn't look bad. It could possibly run some more. Remember, we looked at it recently, reverse split, and that was popping up there. So there you go with that. MLGO, isn't that a China one? Yeah, it's a China small cap. That doesn't look bad right there. MSGY is Mason Glory. Not familiar with this one at all, but in an interesting spot because it tried to pop up. It never really even went. And now it's got the 20 and everything underneath of it. And it also went up to 73 already. I could see it trying to run up to 73 again, laptop travel, and possibly tomorrow. So MSGY, guys, you might want to watch that one tomorrow. I'll put it over here. MSGY. That could be a good one right there in the morning. If I don't fix that G, I won't know what letter that is. And Neon, remember we used to look at this bright one right here? Let's see what it's up to. It was running. It's been way down. I know that. That one could get glowing right there. Laptop travel for good old Neon. And NVGS Navigator Holdings. That looks good to continue to run up. It's over the trend line. Looks like I don't know how high it's going to run, but it should have some more room. That processes one pharmaceuticals. And that ran 20%. Did not see that today, but that one ran. That's this list over here. Sorry, guys. RRGB. Let's see what Red Robin Gourmet Burgers is. Oh, that one looks pretty good too. I've never eaten there, and that's amazing. That's a restaurant. It doesn't look too bad. I remember they were selling that like pass for like unlimited burgers or something. I don't even know how that made out for them, but anyway, that doesn't look too bad for Red Robin right now. You keep an eye on that one. RRGB. And we'll see if that one actually wants to run tomorrow. It could actually run a little bit tomorrow right there for a good old Red Robin. And SEI, let's see what SEI is up to. I don't know what that one is off the top of my head. Yeah, an energy play. It looks pretty good to curl up. And Ton is Ton Tech. I know that one right there. That's a China small cap. That doesn't look too bad. A lot of small caps look good. This is that interactive strength. This one's this one's been a pretty good disaster since it opened up. Let's see. I told you. Look at that thing. Holy mackerel. I mean, you guys, it would have to go up to look at where it'd have to go to. It'd have to be at $3.4 million at its highest peak because it had so many reverse splits, and it's been called a couple things too. I forget what the other names were, but yeah, that's pretty bad right there. Why don't they just call it a day and go out of business at this point? I mean, holy shit, that's wild, right? $3.4 million. That's what you'd have to be if you bought it on the first day at the high or anywhere around there. Yeah, that's what you would have to get back to. Do you think the stock's ever going to be 3.4 million? I mean, Berkshire Hathaway can't even get that high. What's that one? Berkshire is BRK. Yeah. I mean, that thing's like only $727 million. So you're not even there with Warren Buffett's Berkshire. Do you think interactive strength is ever going to go from $1 to being up to let's see, $3.4 million? Anybody's. How crazy is that? That's pretty wild right there. And yeah, I knew this thing hasn't done well. It may get a pop, but I mean, I wouldn't invest in it. That's for damn sure. Not long term for sure. And there you go. Interactive strength. I would say you had literally interactive zero strength is what it should be called. I mean, there was literally no strength at all in that company. That's what it should be called. No strength at all. Anyway, there you go. For TRNR, I just happen to know that one. I used to trade it, and it used to trade around, but like I said, it was like 3 different names too before. And Vista Energy right here. These energy plays are looking pretty good, laptop travel. And this is that Vestand or whatever. That doesn't look too bad. That looks like it's running up a little. Another little penny stock. Another restaurant. I don't know what kind of Vestand they have, but let's see. Let's see what they do. What do they sell? This one looks like it's AI driven real estate. I thought it was a restaurant. Didn't it just say a restaurant? I don't know what the hell they're talking about. But anyway, let's see. California based prop tech company transitioning from 17 years of restaurant operations into AI driven real estate. Oh, wow. They're going from restaurant operations into AI. So if anybody's interested in that, that's a That's a hell of a spin, huh? After 17 years in the restaurant business, all of a sudden we're going to go into AI real estate because we're experts at that. Does that make any sense to anybody? I don't know, but that's what Veststand is up to right now. Let's see what that company's been up to over the years. Yeah, there's another one. Holy, I mean, they're not $3.4 million, but it's not exactly looking pretty either for VSTD. Oh yeah, that's that VSTD one. That didn't they like change their stock ticker and their name to VSTD? And it used to be Yosh. That's right. This used to be Yosh. YOSH. I knew. I was like, wait a second. We've looked at this. Yeah, VSTD. Look, if you type in YOSH, it comes up as a. Who would ever change a stock ticker to VSTD? I mean, it's so. Remember, we said this whenever we said this when they were doing it, and it probably went completely straight down. And I said it was going to go down when they did it. So there you go. Maybe they get a little pop up. You probably remember laptop travel. I definitely said that, and there you go. Well, I mean, you can't change the stock ticker. The thing was Yosh, and you change it to VSTD. I mean, come on, that's retarded. Who was in that board meeting? I mean, that's crazy. That was wild. WCT, well, change holdings. We should contact them and be like, who was in that board meeting with you guys when you decided to do this? Can we interview you? Because I need an interview here with you guys. Hold on, we gotta go back and look at these people. We've never done this before. Who the hell thought this was a great idea? I hope they have these people on here. Let's see. Do they have anything on this website about us? No, they're not gonna put anything on this website. Let's see, their office, their headquarters in California, and you can email them, and that's about all you can do with this company. They're like, we don't want you to know anything around here. And why does it say? What does it say? There are many variations of passages of lorem ipsum available, but the majority have suffered alteration in some form by injected humor. I bet they don't even know that's on there. That looks like one of them things that comes on like a generic one when you build your website and you use the what the heck are they called? The whatever the hell the thing's called that you use. What the heck are they called? I can't remember anything, guys. The what the heck are they called? You use their format, but it has a name to it. I can't think of what it's called. It's a very easy name. You can play charades with me every single day of my life. This is how my life operates, guys. But anyway, you know what I'm talking about. And yeah, that's what that looks like. They probably have no idea that's even on there. That's pretty hilarious. Unless they do know that's on there and they actually wrote it, but I don't think they did. I mean, does that look like it's like not, what the hell is a passage of lorem ipsum? I mean, that doesn't look. That looks like something really weird right there. A template. Thank you, laptop travel. See, if laptop travel did not walk, I need him to walk around with me and then just like be able to like help me out because he a template. That's the word I was looking for. He knows what I'm talking about. And anyway, so yeah, that looks like one of these things when you download a template and then that like they have weird stuff like this on there. I don't know why, but they always do. And it used to be Yosh, so yeah. And yeah, I was not happy about that ticker chain. Remember, I said it was going to go straight down when they did it. It's pretty funny. But yeah, how crazy is that? We should contact them. Be like, yo, do you guys even know this is on your website? Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Um, and then can we talk to your board too? Because you guys actually changed your stock ticker. I should contact them and ask them that they had their email down. It did say something about Yosh or something when I was cruising through. I thought I saw something and be like, yo, why did you change the name from the stock ticker from Yosh? And here's their IR at Vested. I should contact them. This one says hello. Which one should I contact? Hello at Vested or IR? It should be investors relations. And then we can find out who's on your board. Can I get you guys to come on my show? So I have a couple questions for you. First, I want to know if you know this is on your website. And then I want to know how the hell did you change the stock ticker from YOSH to VSTD and think that was a good idea? And I don't remember when that took place. I bet we could look right here because it says Yosh all the way here. The board of directors do that. That was July 15th. Let's go back, guys, and see. And this is hold on. Well, it wasn't. It was a year ago. So you know it was up here. Hold on. I got to get up here so I can see the dates. July 15th. Here you go. This is when they changed the name, guys. It's went straight down ever since, basically. I mean, you had one little pop up and then it's gone straight down. They should have listened to me, guys. What do you think? I mean, holy cow. That's pretty crazy right there. Maybe I should have been in that boardroom, been like, yo, guys, if you change the stock ticker to VSTD, I have a pretty good feeling the stock's going straight down into the pennies. Is that what you're trying to accomplish here? You guys let me know, because as of right now, you're still hanging on over $2 and $1.98. So you're still making compliance right now, and you don't have NASDAQ up your ass. You change that stock ticker and it goes under $1 for a while, which you've definitely done there. You've accomplished that for a pretty long time now, I would say, right there. And yeah, I'd say that day right there, it's coming back under $1 all in these spots right here. And yeah, that's like last November. That's a lot of months. 1, 2, 3, December, January, February, March, April, May. A whole lot of months right there. Let's put it that way. And I could have told him that was going to happen. So, holy cow. Phone a friend. Yeah, I need to phone a friend all the time, laptop travel. I'm not kidding, but there you go. He said, it's okay. They're experts at AI. So, surely they made the best choice selection in ticker spelling using AI. You're not kidding. I mean, they run restaurants for 17 years. Now all of a sudden they're going to get into AI and they changed the stock ticker to VS. Did they just ask AI? Did they go on Chat GPT and say, what's the worst stock ticker we could change our company called Yosh to? And it was probably like VSTD if you really wanted to go to zero. And they're like, perfect. Let's get it. Let's see if the board will approve this. I mean, how did that go down? That is the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. And I literally said that was going to happen. And July 15th, it definitely, I mean, I had one little tiny, it didn't even spike, guys. They reverse split it. That wasn't a spike. That's a reverse split right there, although it's 7 for 5, but they still split it somehow. And then you went straight down. So not only that, they diluted it and took it down for you after they changed the name. How sweet of them, right? Wasn't that very nice of them? They're like, you know what? We're going to change the name here. And then all of a sudden, on the last day of July, we'll decide to split it for you and then dilute the hell out of it and take it down to 50 cents. Holy cow. Wow. I bet the stockholders of Yosh, if they listen to this show, they'd be like, this guy knows what he's talking about somehow. And how the hell did we just get bamboozled like this? Because, yeah, they bamboozled every shareholder that used to hold Yosh. And when they changed the stock ticker, they ripped us all off. Holy cow, that's great. Can we get these guys on? I need to talk to them. What a conversation that would be. Could you imagine? That one should go viral if I ever talk to these people. What the hell are you guys doing? And then look, there's no clear catalyst identified for whatever this pop-up is, but it's just popping for whatever reason. I mean, the chart's set up, so maybe it's like somebody's pumping it or something, but anyway, expect that VSTD to end up with another disease and go back down or something. Holy cow, what a disaster. But anyway, there you go. And he said another scam company like FCHL, which you visited and was impressed with the company, but the surely scammed investors. Yeah, I'm saying that's what definitely is happening here. I mean, oh, that's that Fitness Champs one. This thing popped a little more today, as a matter of fact. Laptop travel, that good old Fitness Champs. But you did say they scammed all kinds of people out. So interesting. I remember you talking about that like a month or two again, or a month or two ago too, or something like that. So there you go. Did we go through the rest of your list? I don't even remember. I got completely sidetracked. I have no idea. I think so. No, we didn't actually, because I see that XXII that popped up on my scanner too. 22nd Century Group or whatever it's called. That's down there, and that looks pretty good. So there you go. I did see that one. And what is WCT? Were we even looking at it? Well, Change Holdings looks all right there. So there you go. And thank you, Laptop Travel. A bunch of interesting ones there, and a whole interesting rant right there on what is it called? Yosh's VSTD, that one right there. So we should should phone them up and see what's going on with that company. But anyway, there you go with laptop travels list and everything else. And let's see what's going on with the Mag 7 and the big caps now that we just looked at our favorite VSTD right there. And here you go, everybody. There's your SPY. It was up again. It looks like it wants to continue up. Your Qs were going up some more. They look like they want to continue up. But your IWM, I mean, it was up. It's been struggling down here, but it does look like it's curling up now. So it might be pretty good shape tomorrow, as a matter of fact. And let's see, Apple. And headed out for a day in Vietnam. Well, good luck with that laptop travel. So I hope you're good in Vietnam. I guess it's not during the Vietnam War anymore, so you should be pretty safe, I'd say. But I would say if you said that you're going to Vietnam to my dad, he'd probably look at you like you had 10 heads because he was in Vietnam for the war. And like I said, he's a Bronze Star Vietnam vet for a reason. Yeah, he's seen some crazy stuff over there. So yeah, I'd say good luck to you there, laptop travel. But I'm sure Vietnam's probably beautiful and good time. I've heard it's really nice and not a bad place. So there you go. And we'll talk to you soon. Laptop travel, safe travels to Vietnam over there. Look at laptop travel in the whole world over here. Send us some pictures of what Vietnam looks like. I have no idea what it looks like. And then I'll show my dad. I'll be like, yeah, do you remember any of this stuff? Or was it just a jungle back then? He told me, I've heard some stories, not a whole lot of stories, but I've heard a few. And yeah, crazy stuff. Shit, I want to live through. That's for damn sure. Anyway, here's Apple right here. It's still up. It looks like a little healthy pullback. It looks like it wants to stay at the top up there. Amazon, a little bit of pullback. That looks like it could pull back a little bit as well. And Google is pulling back right there, Luis Rodriguez. I thought that was going through up there, but there you are. And give us a good hello from Vietnam next time, Zach said. You know it. And he said, Dang Nang. Da Nang is I said, Dang Nang. It's Da Nang is absolutely amazing. Check it out. They copied Miami for their beach master plan. Huh. Well, send us some pictures tomorrow, laptop travel. We definitely want to see that. And appreciate that, Zach. Yeah, my dad, trust me, he should be. Yeah, I survived the miracle. He survived the miracle too. I'm not gonna lie. It may run in the family. Who the hell knows? Because yeah, he shouldn't be here either. Yeah, he's lined with shrapnel from head to toe. He always was, like my whole life, obviously, because I wasn't around when he was in Vietnam. But yeah, he was lined with shrapnel and like I said, he was awarded a Bronze Star. He did some pretty wild stuff. He saved some people, and he's seen a lot of people, and a lot of his friends get killed. Let's put it that way, and brutal ways too, like bombs and stuff, like crazy hardcore stuff. And he told me, he's like, I have no idea how I'm alive to this day, but somehow I walked out of there. He had 100% exposure to Agent Orange too, and it's actually he's been tested, and they know. Like he's had 100%. He had 100% exposure to Agent Orange, and yeah, crazy stuff. But yeah, bronze. I honestly, Zach, you want to hear? I think I've told the story before, but I didn't even know what a Bronze Star was. I didn't even know he was a Bronze Star medal recipient. He never like talked about any of it. If I, like my buddy says, that's a Marine, and my buddy Jesse, he was on the cover of Time magazine. I'll have to pull it out. I have the Time magazine, unless I gave it to him. I don't really remember, but he was on the cover of Time magazine during the first like Desert Storm. He was like sniping somebody. And so my buddy Jesse, he did some pretty wild shit. I mean, he was hardcore. He was in special forces in the Marines. He's seen some serious action, let's put it that way. And when he found out, because I was signing up to become like an auxiliary member and I help out with the VFW, and I have that video too. It's all done. We're gonna go through that. I've talked about what happened, but anyway, that's when I found out that I had to get my dad's DD12 or something. You military guys know what forms I needed. So I needed them forms. And when I got them, my buddy Jesse, look, he goes, dude, your dad's a Bronze Star Vietnam vet. He goes, your dad's really badass. I was like, he's like, they didn't give Bronze Stars to anybody back then. And I said, no, I've known my dad had seen some serious action. And like I said, they don't talk about it, but he's lying with shrapnel from head to toe. I mean, yeah, you can tell he was lying with shrapnel from head to toe. And so obviously, like, you asking while you're growing up, like, what happened, and you kind of get like, not the exact story until I was a little bit older, obviously. And I used to work with my dad. I ran businesses with my dad. I told you, construction stuff and home inspections and fire inspectors. So I literally worked with my dad since I was 12 years old. I told you I started writing and typing home inspections when I was 12 in 1992. I would go out with my dad. So we worked together for like my entire life. And so I was obviously and still close with my dad. And I know some, but yeah, he never really talked about it ever. I mean, ever, ever, ever. You'd have to pry it out of him. He's talked to my buddy Jesse about it because, Jesse's been there and seen crazy stuff too. But yeah, I never really heard of all the stories until I was a little bit, not even all of them. I never even heard any of the stories or anything. I just known that I knew he got like I said, he got lined with shrapnel from like an explosion. That's all I had really known. I didn't really know much. I didn't even know he had 100% Agent Orange until I was a little bit older. Exposure to that, like I didn't know a lot of that stuff growing up, but yeah, he and then I my like I said, I got the forums, and he's told me stories of like things that happen, and like I said, I haven't even heard probably the iceberg of probably I've heard a handful of stories, let's put it that way. And and yeah, he's always had like PTSD. I get it now. I say to him like, yeah, I'm sure he had a brain injury, and like I said, he told me what happened, why he ended up with the Bronze Star, and he saved a bunch of people, and he shouldn't even be alive. He should have gotten blown up. It was kind of crazy. Obviously, you're not lying with shrapnel from head to toe if a bomb didn't go off right next to you or something like that. So yeah, crazy stuff. But yeah, these guys, I mean, they lived through some serious shit, guys. I mean, like I said, I wouldn't want to have been over there doing that stuff. And when my dad was like nine, he got drafted. My dad ended up in there because they got drafted back then. So he was like eight, he just finished high school, and the next thing you know, he's going to Vietnam. Like he didn't even have a choice. Like how crazy is that? And then and yeah, he told me he's seen a lot of people, like a lot of his friends that he had like from the military. They literally just got blown up right in front of him. He said he's like it was crazy. So I can only imagine you'd have PTSD for like the rest of your life just seeing that stuff alone, and then the other things that you go through, and then you go through it all. And like I said, and yeah, he took shrapnel from head to toe, and then he just went into like the VA hospital for like 2 or 3 weeks, and they sewed him up, and he was back out on the front lines again. Like he was just like right back out there, like it was no big deal. So yeah, that's hardcore, guys. I mean, that's wicked. And yeah, that and Agent Orange is wicked nasty stuff. We actually laugh about it, Zach, and we kind of say it may be why we never get sick. And my dad is like an animal. He's never had COVID. He refused to wear a mask too. He like wouldn't wear a mask. He lives in Georgia. He would not wear a mask anywhere, and he never caught COVID. He doesn't get anything. He's diabetic, but that's about it. I mean, he's a beast of like a human being, and yeah, he can just roll. Like he'll be up here. He'll be visiting actually pretty soon. But yeah, he just cruises around. He's getting up there in his age too, and yeah, it's pretty wild. And we always laughed about the fact that you know that like me and our my siblings, like we obviously have Asian Orange too. I mean, it's definitely passed off to you. We know that for a fact too. So yeah, it's kind of crazy stuff. And but yeah, that's pretty wild. And I actually, my grandpa was a Purple Heart. As a matter of fact, I have it. I have the Purple Heart. So yeah, my grandpa was a Purple Heart. I tell you, I have a big military. Like my family is military. I didn't go in obviously because my dad went through a lot of stuff, and I worked with him. So he was like, "You're working with me. You ain't going over there to do that shit. There's no way." Yeah, I didn't really even have. There was like really no choice. I would have had to like really like been hardcore. Like I'm going to the military. Like that was the thing I like dreamed about doing my whole life. And then he probably would have let me go. But yeah, there was no reason for me to want to even go. After I heard some of the stories that my dad went through, I was like, yeah, I'll stay home for that one. I won't be signing up for that. And he wasn't really signing me up either. So like I said, he'd seen enough, and yeah, he's seen enough for our family. Let's put it that way. But yeah, crazy stuff right there. But yeah, I had no idea he was even a Bronze Star or any of that stuff until it was pretty recently. But I do know the story of what happened. but I didn't even know he was awarded a Bronze Star. I just knew that was a story where he like basically he got lit up with shrapnel and saved a bunch of people. I had known that. Not even like he didn't really brag about the fact that he just said, I had to do what I had to do to save people. So that's what you do when you're in them situations and you're in the military. You're trained to do that. And so he did it. And yeah, he ended up being able to tell the story after, which was kind of crazy. And he said, I should have been blown to pieces. And somehow he wasn't. It's kind of crazy. So yeah, pretty wild stuff. But appreciate that, Zach. Couldn't have more respect for your dad. Yeah, no, true heroes. I'm telling you, that's why I'm hardcore. Like help out with veterans and stuff all the time. I was raised that way. I mean, I knew my dad was through it. My grandpa was through it, which was my mom's dad, and he was a Purple Heart. So both sides of my family had military. Like, and again, they just weren't letting me go. It was like I would have had to like been like it was the only thing I ever wanted to do in my life. And I really didn't even think about it, to be honest with you, because back then I was just doing inspections and I went to culinary school after high school. So that's where I went. Anyway, so yeah, I wasn't going to the military. But anyway, that's what happened. And my dad did, he did serve and all that crazy stuff. But yeah, it's fascinating when you talk to military guys. I'm telling you, you just gotta. And honestly, Zach, all military definitely gets a major salute. But if you talk to like veterans, like VFW members, veterans of foreign wars, them guys have seen a lot of stuff. They've seen a little bit more. Let's put it that way. And all of them, even the Desert Storm guys, anybody that's gone out of the country and actually had combat, they've seen some real shit. A lot of people go in the military, they get lucky. You don't end up in combat times. And now, honestly, I mean, look what combat is today. It's you're pressing drone buttons and pressing buttons from ships and stuff. Of course, you can be on a ship that gets attacked, but you're not necessarily going on the ground. Like my buddy Jesse, I mean, what they were doing back in Desert Storm, like the first one, that's crazy shit what they used to do. I mean, used to go door to door, kicking in doors with like, and like searching every house on every, like it was wild, guys. It's crazy what was going on. So yeah, crazy, crazy stuff. They don't exactly do things like that anymore because of technology. And but yeah, if you talk to somebody that actually seen like real action, like generally they're going to be in another country because we don't really have a lot of action going on over here. But if you've seen talk to people that actually been in like in wars, yeah, they always have fascinating stories. Let's put it that way. Hey, look at Joseph Levy, our own Joseph Levy. I mean, he says he shouldn't be alive. I mean, he like woke up. He didn't even know what happened to him. They had to tell him what happened. And yeah, same thing. He was over in like in the Iraq and stuff like that, and early on. And yeah, it was crazy back then. They didn't even have half the like. Yeah, we had good weaponry and obviously materials and things like that, but they don't have the technology that they have now. So it's like, these guys were over there with the best that they could use at the time, I'm sure. But you look back and you're like, damn, that's all they had. Like now it's like they got like armored suits, like they're robots. And yeah, Joseph Levy's a great example too. I mean, like guys go over there super young, they come back, like his entire life has changed completely. Like he's had many surgeries and stuff. And yeah, you just like, and you only go over there for a couple of years, but it messes up your life forever. Like, let's put it that way. Like, we hang out for 4 years and around and 4 years go by and everything just, it's pretty fine and normal for everybody. 4 years in the military going overseas and doing that kind of stuff, that'll change your entire life forever. So yeah, especially when you're seeing action. Like I said, it's a whole different story right there. So anyway, a lot of crazy stuff. My buddy Jesse, I'd met his at his wedding. I met like his I don't know, I guess his son, whoever was in charge of like his whole area. The guy came to his wedding and he was a younger dude too. He was awesome. And yeah, he was telling me stories about like what Jesse used to do. And I was like, yeah, that's crazy. It sounds about right, like my buddy, but That definitely isn't me. I'm not gonna lie. I was crazy, but not that crazy like that. I mean, them guys are nutty, like jumping out of airplanes like it's no big deal, and just like crazy stuff like that. I don't do all that kind of crazy stuff. Like I'll do some crazy stuff, but I like my feet on the ground. My buddy Jesse, he's nuts. Like we were younger, we used to jump off my buddy's roof into like his pool, and his pool wasn't like an in-ground pool. It was like the smallest above ground pool that they made. It was it was like the smallest above ground pool they made. It was barely 4 foot in depth. It was probably like 3.5 foot to be honest with you. And we go up on my buddy's roof. We literally go through his entire house up to the second floor, and then we'd climb through the bedroom window. We'd get out on the flat part of the roof, and then we would like literally just go and jump into the pool. Well, I mean, we would all just like run and jump in and do cannonballs. My buddy Jesse, he's like we're like in 8th grade, 9th grade doing this stuff, so we're not exactly like adults. My buddy Jesse's like, "Yo, check this out." He just does a backflip into an inner tube, like into an inner tube. Not like only does a backflip into this thing, which I wasn't even going to try. He does it into an inner tube, like it was no big deal. And that's when you know that's like a special forces kind of guy. I'm not gonna lie. So he was always crazy to do shit like that. You got to be crazy to be a special forces. Like them guys are nuts, and yeah, it's like a whole different world. So if you know military people, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you don't ever, if you've never really talked to a military person that's really seen action or anything, talk to somebody. I'm telling you, they'll tell you some wild shit, guys. It's crazy. Like I said, 4 years of their life is like almost like 50 years. It's like so insane what happens to him. And a great example is Joseph Levy. I mean, look at him. He went over, served for the country, and a guy comes there. I mean, he's like disabled. I mean, a poor guy can barely, I mean, he's in all kinds of pain every time he moves. And yeah, he told me and Luis Rodriguez the story of what happened. And it's crazy. He shouldn't be alive. I mean, he survived the miracle. And like I said, he was on con. He didn't even know he was. They had to tell him what happened afterwards. Like after he got to the VA hospital and they medevaced him out of there, they had to like tell him what happened. So that's crazy, like crazy, crazy stuff. And yeah, something like that that'll change your life forever. That's for damn sure. And so yeah, God bless our military. That's for sure. Now you see why I'm always so pro military. Like I said, I've been raised that way my whole life. I always was like that. And so yeah, I always try to help out. And then I also like I said, I just kind of got the state report, and I'm going to expose the people stealing from our military in my area around here. And it's so crazy, guys. And I do have the video. The video is completely done, and I'm gonna run it past somebody probably tomorrow. I want somebody to check it out, someone that I trust actually. Say, yo, society to put up, because it's pretty wild what I put out there. And it's all just like the report. No, I didn't put any of my opinions or anything, but it's pretty fascinating. I think I told you guys while I was shooting the video, if I didn't, while I was shooting the video, the mayor's brother pulls in to the parking lot, and then he like drops something off by the door. I have no idea what he's dropping off, but he's actually the head of the rec department, who, and I just found out, what's he get paid? Like over $100,000. You want to hear a salary raise, guys? Here, I just found this out. Here, let me just tell you. Ready? Here's the mayor's brother in our town. Ready? So he's the. This is the craziest, guys. Your head's gonna explode. You guys ready for a story? Right? You're ready for your head to explode. Here you go. Here's your head ready to explode right here. So this guy works. He's the mayor's brother. He's the head of the rec department, right? So they like cut the grass for the rec department and stuff like that. In 2019, and that's when he started, he was making $83,110, which is a hell of a salary, guys, to be the head of the rec department. I mean, that's pretty crazy. So then in 2020, though, he gets an increase, and he's now making $85,328. And then in 2021, he's now making $87,165. But in 2022, he's now making $89,343,000 a year. Now, this is taxpayer money. Who gets raises like this? I have no idea. 2023, we are now at $91,008. So we went from, in what, 5 years, from 2019 to 2023, we went from $83,110. Now we're at 91K. And now in 2024, this is where it really gets good, guys. I mean, if you didn't think that was good, 90 in 2024, It goes from it now it's $94,774. So it jumped from 91,008 to 94,774. And then this year, he now topped over $101,360. So you're talking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years. He went from $83,110 to $101,360. And that's taxpayer money. And he's the head of the rec department. And what does he really do? He does and he's also allegedly, I'll say, because I will say allegedly, right? But he's allegedly flipped like over 150, probably closer to 250 houses now in town, and he does them all under different names and stuff. How crazy is that, guys? But can you imagine in that many, whose salary goes up like that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, in about 7 years, right there, it went from 83,000 to over $101,000. And if you want even something better, I don't know I forget what her exact title is, but I think she's like the borough clerk. I'll say she's the borough clerk. I'm pretty sure that's what she does. Her salary went even crazier, guys. You want to hear this one? This one was even nuttier. So this lady starts in 2020. You won't even believe this shit. I mean, I don't know who the hell gets raises like this. This lady starts in 2020. She's making $85,328. The next year, she gets a little raise, $86,624. But then in 2022, she's now making $95,630. She's making more than $10,000 than she was 2 years ago when she first started. 2 years later, she already gets a $10,000 increase. And then 2023, another $2,000 for $97,376. 2024, she goes to 100,918. And then 2025, guys, you won't even, who wants to guess what it's going to be? Because you can't guess this one. I promise you can't. $107,484. She got over $7,000. She got over $6,000 raise last year, and she's a borough employee. Holy shit. Can you imagine? That's where your tax money goes, guys. Does anyone else look at this stuff? I actually break down the bill list in our town, so I know where all the money goes. I told you, I did a video. I showed everybody that there was $1 million missing. I brought it up to everybody. I brought it up to the council, to everyone. No one still knows where the money went. There's another $1 million missing now. So that's $2 million in about 5 years just went vanished. And yeah, these people, $107,000. She started at $85K in 2020. 5 years, she got that big of a raise. That's crazy. That's pretty wild shit, guys. So there you go. How about that for government waste? Yeah, isn't that insane? So anyway, I'm shooting that video at the VFW, and this guy drives in, the mayor's brother, and he's in an undercover cop car. He drives around in one of them. Don't ask me why, but he does. And so he drives in, and I'm like, oh, that's weird. They sent a cop out here because I know the chief of police and all the cops, so they wouldn't really bother me. And then I'm like sitting there, and then I don't even pay attention. I just do the video. I'm still talking, reading everything. And then I actually watched it back so I could see what happened afterwards. And yeah, he goes in there, he pulls up, and he like puts some like black case down. I don't know what the hell he did. So I put all that in the video as well. And then he like walks by real slow, and then he walks back to his car, and he drives by. And then that's when I realized, I'm like, wait a second, that's not a cop. I'm like, that's the mayor's brother. So I actually talk about it in the video because he's in there. And then I actually ask if he can tell us what happened to the second VFW that was in town, Zach, because the state actually shut that down too. And now it's a realty company. And I know allegedly he was involved for the reasoning why it was shut down. So yeah, what a wild scene going on around here, huh? But so yeah, I'll have that out. But it does piss me off because, like I said, they stole over like $60,000 in 7 months from the veterans, and I have the documentation from the state report. And yeah, the bartender was stealing all. The bartender was stealing so much money, and on Facebook, you might think she's like the greatest person for veterans. Like she's over here acting like she's God's gift to veterans, guys. She was stealing money every single day out of the register. It says it in the report. And then tens of thousands of dollars in miscellaneous expenses and all kinds of shit. So yeah, it's the town's their heads are gonna explode. So yeah, you'll get to watch that video, everybody. I'll post it on my X account. You guys know that. I've been talking about it, and we should have bought. I know, I saw that. We were just getting there. Sam, how are you? But yeah, and the video did go up, didn't it? We should have gotten them calls, huh? Damn, we talked you out of it, Sam. You were hardcore. I mean, I did say it might go up, but I just didn't want to play it overnight. You were pretty firm about playing it there. You certainly were, Sam. And you would have been dead on the money, that's for sure. You've been crushing it in there. Don't listen to me for overnight swings because, like I said, it's been so difficult to tell what the hell when they have momentum and they're in the top. Remember, I said it is in the top. This is where they get squeezed, and I did say that, but you know how when they're this run up, it's just so difficult to jump into them right here. So it's a crazy thing. And yeah, Zach, can you imagine being drafted versus enlisting? Like that's crazy stuff right there. Like you didn't even want to go in the military. Next thing you know, you're 17, 18 years old. You're going in the military. Like you don't even have a choice. That's hardcore, guys. That's some crazy shit. So yeah, the guys that were in Vietnam, like I said, they you got to respect that. They're all super tough. If you ever met a Vietnam vet, they are super tough people. All of them, like all them guys, were built completely differently than anybody else for a reason because they spent that time over there, and obviously they got built differently when they were there. And if they survived that and they came back, yeah, they are hardcore dudes. Like I said, my dad's hardcore. Like at his age, I'm telling you, if a kid tried to like rob him at a store, my dad would kill him. My dad would smash him to pieces. And my dad's up there in age. So yeah, it's and I know some other people the same exact way. My buddy Bill Shue, I told you I helped his wife with the seizures and everything. He's an old Navy guy, and this guy, he's hardcore guy. I mean, he's so strong. I mean, he's up there in age too, but this guy is strong. I mean, kid ever tried to rob him or something, he would shake him up real quick. It would be pretty funny. But yeah, them guys, you don't want to mess with them guys. They're hardcore. Like even if they're like 80 something, they'll still kick your ass, and you'll be like, "What the hell just happened?" They don't even care. They like my dad said. We walked through Camden our whole lives. My dad's like, I walked through Vietnam. What the hell is Camden gonna do? And he was right. I mean, really, it's kind of the true. I mean, he wasn't afraid of anything like that, and rightfully so. And like he says, he's like, yeah, you go walk through Vietnam, have a few bullets fly through your helmet a couple times, and get hit with shrapnel like that. You won't really care about Canada. You'll laugh at them guys because they're a joke. Like they're not even going to do anything. And he was right. You can laugh at them because they're not going to do anything. When they know that you're a badass person, they're not messing with you. And that's part of being street smart. I've always told you. You look the biggest dude down in the eyes and you just give them a nod and say hello to them. Everybody else will not mess with you. I promise you. They will be like, all right, that dude, for some reason he's crazy, and for some reason he's confident that he can look at the biggest dude in a gang and say hello to him. They won't mess with you unless you're messing with them. They'll watch where you go. They'll watch everything, but they won't come over and mess with you unless like you're on their territory. Like I said, I've had guys where like they'll be like, yeah, we'll escort you to this house to do it. Like we're in gang area. And you're like, I don't give a shit if you want to escort me, go for it. I'm just going to this house and I'm doing an inspection and I'm leaving. I don't care if you guys go murder somebody. Just don't let it be me. And I ain't saying a damn thing. So you go on your merry way and I'm going on my merry way. And that's it. And that's how you got to treat that situation. But yeah, them guys, they ain't afraid of anything. So them military, them Vietnam vet guys, you always see them too. They either have a hat on or a sticker on their car. Yeah, they're badass dudes all the time. It's kind of crazy. You bought the NVIDIA 2-time calls today? Holy cow, laptop travel. What is that? NVD something. I forget what it is. 2 times is this one. Yeah, NVDU. Is it this? That one's ripping up there. I mean, the video is almost the same exact price, isn't it? Oh, no, it's like $100 more. Cool. There you go. That's perfect. Remember, we used to play all them ETFs, but we haven't really looked at them too much. But whatever. I like I said, I got the Tesla calls, and hopefully, I think it will get rocking and rolling. I have them out a little while, so I don't really have to worry either. It's not like I bought them for like 0 DTE, so I'm good with that. But yeah, Sam, you were dead on the money on that one, that's for sure. And yeah, laptop. Look at him killing us, right? NVDL is the one you went with, huh? Let's see. This one's even cheaper. Look at that. There you go. Look at that bad boy. So keep that on your list because all these NVIDIA ones look pretty good going into tomorrow. And as I said, Sam, when they get in this territory right now, they seem to want to squeeze. So we probably should have listened to that when I said it because you know what I said about NVIDIA today when it got right here. When it got right here, what did I say, Sam? It's going straight up and it's going to its high. And look at it. And where do we say it was going to? 237. And it got to it now. So how interesting is that? It got to it in the after hours and we didn't even hold them. So geez Louise on us there, Sam. We were even talking about it. And yeah, crazy. But anyway, we'll get it tomorrow. How's that? We'll have to look at them and see what they look like as they're popping up in the morning. But again, that sometimes isn't bad because you know they're running up. Look at Nebius today, Sam. That was a monster, and you know it came down real quick and then just went flying. So it was pretty good. Yeah, you actually like sitting on these Asian markets to get an early indication of the market sentiment on a lot of these major. Honestly, laptop travel, you've really been like nailing these things lately since you've been over there too. Like and like on point since your house has been done and everything else, and like you're in your groove. You've really been on point with a lot. Holy cow, it's 6-3. Montreal is taking the lead in this one, but you have been on point. With knowing like a lot of this market stuff before it even comes out over here, and then a lot of good poppers that are happening that are like really setting up or popping over there or whatever whatever the case is. You've been on top of that stuff really well lately. I have to say that. Yeah, I've noticed that for sure. So good job on that one. And let's see what's the rest of these doing. Meta. Let me get back to our Dowie chart so we can tell Meta's trying to jump up a little. It's going to get met with that resistance right there. So we'll have to see if it can actually get through tomorrow. Microsoft was looking a little better today. That might try to curl up. We'll have to see how it looks. And obviously, NVIDIA's looking good. And Tesla was down a little bit, but that could rebound easily tomorrow as well. And you do have pictures for us, huh? Let me see. Let me check out some pictures from Laptop Travel over here. Hold on and see what they look like. Hold on. Let me see. Here we go. Let me see. I'm not going to put them up here. I'm just looking at them myself because it's all Laptop Travel's family over here. But yeah, look at that. Oh wow, that's beautiful. Oh wow, look at that beach. I'll have to can you post that beach picture out, Laptop Travel? I'll retweet it because that's a beautiful picture. Look at you guys having fun over there. That looks beautiful, Laptop Travel. Very, very nice, I must say. Sweet. Yeah, post that beach picture. It's beautiful right there. That's a nice beach picture, that's for sure. And all right, let's cruise through the rest of this stuff. It's getting late. I didn't even realize it was like almost 10 o'clock already. Sitting here chatting along with everybody, but whatever. It's all good and fun. AMC, I'm telling you, this thing has something interesting going on. I can't. Let's see next week if I can figure that one out, Sam, because I'm having a tough time with that AMC. Trying to figure out. We should have shorted this down actually, and probably again tomorrow. To be honest with you, I mean, like I said, did Ryan Cohen just wake up one morning and be like, I'm just going to say I'm going to buy eBay? Like, it wasn't for sale. Like, nobody had said it was even getting, like, they wanted to sell it or anything. And he goes through this whole, like, production to get money or whatever. And then they're like, nah, we're not even going to honor that. And then, of course, it's going to go down. Like, what happened? What happened there? Like, I just don't get that whole thing right there. It kind of seems a little weird to me. Chewy's been down. That's dipping down too. And Unity does look pretty good right here. So you might get some more run up. Netflix, not so good. It's curling up. We'll see. I said it was going to try to run up as it curled up, but it's not even really. I mean, it did the other day, but it's kind of flat, and we'll see. It might roll off coming back down, to be honest. AVGO is running back up like a monster. That'll probably be a good one tomorrow too. AVGO. That'll probably run again tomorrow. Watch. MU, I could see MU pulling back a little bit at this point right here. And SanDisk, the same thing. I could see that pulling back a little bit. Not saying they're going to go flying down, but they could have some pullback right there. TSM flying back up, though, and hitting the resistance. We'll see if it can get back through it. And then SMCI was popping up today. And I don't know. There was like fake news that came out that like Trump or something was going to be involved in this company, but that was fake news. And but they did appoint Matthew Thalberger as the chief revenue officer. He's got a big title on his plate right now, especially at that company, the chief revenue officer. Oh man, that must be a scary title to take on for Super Micro, considering all the issues they've always had. And look at AMD up $4.20. It's just smoking up there. Look at that thing. It doesn't even care. It just keeps going up. Qualcomm went down, and the CEO's with Trump. She's probably nudging him like, "Yo," or "Hey," I don't even know. Isn't it a lady? I forget who the hell the name is. Probably like, "Yo, can you get this thing to pop, bro? Can you just mention Qualcomm? We're about to fall off a cliff here." Snow looked pretty good. I think it's a little healthy pullback. They do dip and rip. And then PayPal still pulling back here. And again, I don't know if PayPal is really going to get set up to run right there. Intel finally pulling back a little bit. Could roll off the MACD, to be honest with you. And Dell is just a monster up here. It looks like it's going to roll back up and go higher. IBM, let's look at it, guys, because this is at the bottom. I don't think it is yet, but it's probably getting real close to that bottom territory there, I would say. Palantir was bouncing back up a little bit. Remember, we said off that line right there, it should look a lot better. And Sophie, remember what I said about Sophie? I thought that was going to get running. So there you go. Them two were running up, as a matter of fact. And Adobe's up a little bit. Nothing crazy. Oracle right here is running. Oracle looks really good too. That should try to run some more as well. And let me see what the rest of this list is doing. I don't know what the heck I'm typing in, guys. Don't mind me. MSTR. That was ripping today. Coinbase, remember what I said about that one? Holy cow. That one's going to be another great one. So there are some great ones out there, that's for sure. And it actually seems like there might be too many. I remember I said CONL right there. That was up almost 10% and looking really good. So you can keep an eye on that one. And what about Bull right here? That's what we need to run, Sam. We carried some options over on this one, that's for sure. And nothing crazy, but if this thing pops tomorrow, it'll be really nice because we bought options at the very end of the day right here. And right around in here at this 3 o'clock area, it was bouncing around. And then this thing is looking pretty good, Sam. Can you imagine it runs up to like 9.34 tomorrow? Oh, man, them things were what, 5 cents we were buying them for or whatever? I don't really remember. I just bought a handful of them. I didn't get crazy, obviously. There's 0 DTEs for tomorrow. It's obviously a nice risk, so. But if that risk works, Sam, it will be nice, won't it? So anyway, there you go. We'll be watching that. You know that. And here you go, guys. I just retweeted out the laptop travels, the beach pics. Check that out. That's Da Nang he was talking about. And that's beautiful right there. Check that picture out, guys. That looks really cool. So laptop travel enjoying himself over there. And let me see what else is going on over here on our list. Let me see Nike right here down a little bit more. McDonald's we looked at earlier with Watt. It was down a little bit, still kind of just hanging out down there. Oxy not looking bad. And then your Monster right here. I didn't even look at it today. What is it up to? Not that I remember. I probably did, but I don't remember. It's just kind of, it's just been flat right there. Has that weird look. I might have looked at it and didn't even pay no mind to it because it does have that weird look right there. And there you go. Your average is 4 cents on them bull calls. So, yeah, they were really nice and cheap for us today. I know that. And we did pick them bad boys up. 750s right here. There you go. There's your bid. 4 cents. That was, you got them at 4 or 5 cents today. Look at that open interest right there, 35,000, all kinds of volume. It could do it, guys. And if it moves up, 730, 750, if this thing rolls tomorrow, me, Sam, and a bunch of people are going to be really happy there because they're going to go up astronomically because there's 0 DTEs. And it looks pretty good. Look at that thing curling up right there, Sam. I think we might have it there. But nothing's, I can't promise you anything in this damn market. When they look good to me, they tend to dip. And when they look like they're going to dip, they go and rip on me. So what can I tell you? But I followed you guys because it did look good to me. So I was like, hey, I'll join the party on 0 DTEs on Webull. And here we go, Sam. So let's see what happens tomorrow morning. We'll be watching that one. That's for sure. And there you go, everybody. Let me see if I got everything. I have no idea. I know we went through them ones in the beginning with Luis Rodriguez, and we were talking all about that. And then we had Sean on here. He wanted Figment, the purple dinosaur right there. They had earnings that went up. That does look good, Sean. I think that does continue to run. And now, if you didn't hear, everybody, Luis Rodriguez gave us the play on this. This is what he likes. This is what he bought already. He's in June 17, 2027 calls, 150 calls right here. And these are all us. That's all Luis Rodriguez and all of us. Almost 1,600 of them right there. So there you go. If you're interested, you can check it out because Service Now does look really good right there. Sean, we do like it. And Rocket likes the news of the new Fed chairman. Is that what it is? That makes a lot of sense there, Zach. I can believe that. Sophie consistency spike. I do like it. I did say the other day. I've been saying all week it's been looking pretty good to get set up and run. And there you go. I was a little early to that one. TOST, Toast right here. That looks pretty decent to get set up as well. Consistency spike. I might have to write that one down over here. My list has so much stuff on it. It's kind of crazy. Look at this damn thing, guys. How am I supposed to even figure out what to trade tomorrow with all them? Holy cow. Then I have to go through all these and figure out what I like. It's kind of difficult sometimes, but it is fun. TTD right there, trade desk. I think we can wait until next week on that. I don't see it popping tomorrow just yet right there. And of course, we were talking about CBRS, and that was that crazy ass one today. It did run up, and it was supposed to, the IPO price was at 185 and it opened at 350. So it was pretty wild, everybody. And let me see what else you guys are looking at. And MGN, they did do the old reverse split or something crazy today there. Devs looks pretty good. Like we said, Zach, that is looking pretty good. I did see that on my scanner the other day. And we did the laptop travel list, and we were talking about Watt and Tesla and all that good stuff. And what were you saying? Tesla, an emotional stock with a volatile, controversial leader will run from here. Your daughter says 600 by mid-June. Look at that. Wow, she's probably onto it too. I think it's going to 5 right now, to be honest. So I think you're going to see 480 and then 5 relatively soon. So keep an eye on that. You checked out that mango one last night and forgot to mention it. Yeah, it is looking good. What was that one? I wrote it down. MGRX right here. Mango Ceuticals was looking pretty good right there. Nice one, Doge Mama 9. I do like that. So keep an eye on that for tomorrow. And we were talking about templates. I couldn't think of that word. And a phone a friend. I always need a laptop travel for one of them. That's for sure. And we were talking, and then we need a good old hello from Vietnam from Laptop Travel because he's over there. And let's see. Your dad, Zach was saying his dad was a Marine Special Ops recon sniper. Oh, wow. He did 2 tours, Desert Storm and Shield. And your grandson said, in front of your dad, have you told Zach about your Bronze Star? My dad doesn't talk about it. And you've never even seen it. Yeah, I've never seen it either. I don't even know what they look like. And so, yeah, our dads are in the same boat, huh? And yeah, hardcore stuff right there, Zach. So you know exactly what I mean. And you were probably raised pretty tough, I'm sure, too. Like I said, I was raised like it was the military. That's why I was always so disciplined my entire life. And like I said, I worked with my dad my entire life since I was 12 years old. I was writing and typing home inspections, and then I helped him run the company. When I turned 17, I was awarding the bid contracts to the contractors. I was going to the towns and running the things and everything at the different towns and cities and stuff. So I've been doing it like my entire life like that. So yeah, it's just normal to me, I guess. But yeah, crazy stuff for sure when like you have a military family like that. You once found an old ammo box in the garage, found a bunch of watches, rings, binoculars that were from Iraq. Later found out that all the stuff in the box were proof of kill of sniper. Wow, that's crazy, dude. Box were proof of kill for snipers. That's wild stuff, guys. How about that? Pretty crazy shit, I'm telling you. Like I said, military guys are hardcore, and it is crazy stuff. And yeah, let's see. Yeah, I could be a truck mechanic overseas or a chef. Yeah, you could be any of that stuff overseas and in the military. Like I said, my parents weren't really letting me go. And let's see what Zach was saying. Most that he's seen the action don't like to talk. Yeah, most of the guys, they were in action. They don't talk about it much unless in the right side. Yeah, I think when they're like with each other, they'll like kind of like talk about it a little bit, but they ain't talking about it with you. And they're not bragging about any of it, trust me. So That's what you learned, at least, unless if you're really close to them, the ones who brag didn't see at you're Zach. You're 100% right. If they're bragging about shit, they really didn't see much action. You're 100% right on it. They don't talk about any of it. Trust me, these guys do not talk about it. And the people that you hear tell, like, I mean, if you're close to them, like I said, my dad, and like I said, I've heard limited stories and very limited. And so yeah, they just don't talk about it like that. It's just not something that they go around brag. Like my buddy Jesse said, he's like, dude, if I was a Bronze Star Vietnam vet, I'd be going from the highest mountaintop and screaming that shit. He's like, that's hardcore. He's like, that's serious stuff right there. He's like, you're a hero, and you deserve them. They didn't give them out to anybody, so yeah, that's like hardcore stuff. But like I said, you would never even know. They don't talk about it. They don't tell you anything about it. So yeah, you have no idea. But hardcore. So yeah, if any of you have veterans in your family, obviously, you probably know exactly what I'm saying. And those of you that aren't very close to veterans, not that it's you're just not in a military family. And like I said, I'm not in the military. My family was all grandpa, dad, and all them. Not me. It stopped with me, that's for sure. I have an older brother. He didn't go in either. So we were going in, and that was that. So anyway, that's all that good stuff. But yeah, God bless our military, and that's why I'm always so hardcore about our veterans and our military, and always supporting them, and always picking out and pointing out when people are trying to defraud them and do crazy stuff, because it's like really mind boggling to me. I mean, you're talking about guy again. I grew up with my dad who had PTSD, and for right reasons. I mean, geez, the shit that he's gone through, and then these guys, they like he used to go to the one VFW actually that got sold, and so he was really pissed about that, because again, they were just doing shady shit over there, and he's like, this is for veterans. What are these guys even up to in there, like doing like shady? Why are they even there? They're not even like, these are auxiliary members, and that's what's going on. Like, you got auxiliary members, so you got family members like you and I, Zach, going in here and like literally taking advantage of veterans that like fought for this country, like almost died, and then these people think it's okay to go steal from them. It's crazy. I'm telling you, it goes on all over the place. It's just not around me. It's all from coast to coast, every town, not every town, but happens in a majority of the towns. It's all over the place. Anytime, and like I said, it happens in kids' sports all over the place as well. Anytime you see these organizations that have money, just look at all the other ones. I mean, you see fraud in all these things. Anytime you see money, these people act like it's their own personal checking account. It's the most bizarre thing I've ever seen. Like, even if you don't have money, who cares? Like, what do you need it? Like, you don't steal from like veterans and children. You don't steal from anybody. But like, that's like, I mean, holy cow! Could you imagine? Like, you're stooping that low. Like I said, the bartender is stealing tons of money. The bartender job at the VFW is supposed to be a volunteer position. I mean, you're volunteering to do it for the veterans, and you're stealing all the money. I mean, it's kind of crazy, guys, if you think about it. Yeah, you're volunteering so you can get in there and get your hand in the cookie jar is what you're doing, and it's not okay. It's these people are veterans. I mean, they you know what? Every penny that you raise deserves to go to them, or like help them in every single way that they could be helped. And Zach was born on a military base, so wow, that's pretty wild. Holy cow, you're half Japanese, huh? You were born in Japanese. Oh, in half Japanese. You were born. Wait, you were born in over there in half Japanese. Your dad was stationed over there and met your mom. Oh wow, so Zach, are you half Japanese? I'd say, huh? That's amazing. Look at that. Um, Learned something new about Zach tonight. See that? So Zach's hardcore military family too. Then he knows. Yeah, his dad was a Bronze Star. I'll tell you, you have a Bronze Star medal in your family, and they're a hardcore person. I'll tell you what. They're probably just not a weak person. They're just like they're not like the kids today. Let's put it that way. They are really tough people. I'll have to say that. So, and I know I grew up with one. Like I said, it's probably why I'm a little bit crazy like I am, and probably why I'm pretty tough, because yeah, my dad, not that my dad like beat me or anything, but my dad did play games. And I was just saying this to him the other day. I'm glad he was strict. I'm glad I was raised the way I was. I'm pretty strict. I'm pretty much the same exact way. And you know what? It's really good. All the kids that were raised like that, they seem to do well in life. Kids that don't have that kind of structure and strict parenting, they seem to be a wreck when they get older. As they get older too, it just seems like it's all. And nowadays, it's real easy because even the police don't hold you to anything. Like, I mean, you can go out and get in as much trouble as you want, and nobody seems to care about any of it. I mean, there's like literally zero repercussions for anybody to do anything. I mean, you can like threaten to kill people practically and still get away. It's crazy. I mean, you could do anything you kind of want anymore. They don't give you probation. They don't do anything for you. I mean, the kids just do whatever the hell they want, and the cops aren't even allowed to say anything to them. At least around here in New Jersey, the laws are all stupid and crazy. But anyway, that's what we have tonight, Zach. So a lot of military talk. How about that? And let me see, what were you buying? Oh, there you go. Wait, hold on. Did you buy the old the leaps for the for now, huh? Okay, so Sean's in. He said he bought 100, 120, and 140 leaps for 220 for 2028. So he bought the very last date, I think. Let me go back here and look, Sean, real quick before we end this bad boy. Yeah, so he bought them out here in January 21. So these are Sean right here. He bought 5,000 of them at $100. He bought 100. He bought 1,300 of them, almost 1,400 of them at $120, and then at $140. So he's pretty consistent there, guys, with his number. 5,000 was a lot, but he started to buy less. He thought it was a good idea to buy more money's worth when they were more expensive up there, but that is closer. It's going to hit that $100 a lot faster. So there you go, Sean. Nice purchases there, and he has them out until January of 2028. So he's definitely got some time on them bad boys. So that is what's going on with service now. It looks like we're all going to be buying a lot of leaps here. From our buddy Luis Rodriguez and Sean. Sean seems to be on the train too, on the leap train. So there you go. And it looks like that other game's done. And who is this? The Anaheim and who the heck are they playing? I forget. The Knights, the Golden Knights. That's who it is. The Golden Knights are up 1-0 over Anaheim in the first period. You guys can go check that out. And there you go. We just hit like the 2-hour mark, I think, on our show tonight. So I would say that was a fun one and a lot of fun military talk, I guess. So yeah, go help out a veteran if you know anybody, and help out all the veterans. As a matter of fact, if you take anything from tonight's show, there you go. Help out our veterans. They deserve everything that they should be getting. Honestly, a lot of them have literally risked their lives and shouldn't even be here anymore. It's kind of crazy. So there you go with that. And that's what we have for you tonight. We'll see what's happening tomorrow morning. Obviously, what's to say? U.S. stocks closed higher with the Dow reclaiming 50,000, S&P 500, NASDAQ setting records as AI momentum, and strong data and positive U.S.-China signals supported risk appetite right there. Let me just read these stories real quick. Stock record rally stalls on oil extend gain. Yeah, the stocks are at all-time highs. Oil looks decent. Don't ask me. Crypto's up. Second day of Trump Z summit test appetite for deals. Japan's wholesale inflation spikes on energy shock. Bolsters case for June rate hike. The bond market's already hiking rates as Kevin Warsh takes over as Fed new chair, and the stock futures are a little changed after the Dow retakes that 50,000. Let's see what our futures look like. The Dow is down a little bit, 0.39. S&P down a little bit, 0.40. NASDAQ down 0.57. The Russell's down. Nikkei's down. Your VIX is up a little bit. Crude oil is under 100 now, but your Brent's still up. They don't look bad. Cocoa is way down there. Let's see our live cattle. These all look kind of crazy lately. That's why I haven't really been hardcore about them, because you can't really tell what any of them want to do. Gold's pulling back. Silver's pulling back. So, yeah, all these things are just kind of jumping around. I'd say oats was looking pretty good, and canola had been running up, but that's a weird chart right there. So, anyway, that's your indices. And let's see what energy looks like. Crude oil, the Brent, the gasoline's up there. Nothing real crazy. Natural gas looks like it could get moving here. Let's just take a quick look at oil, and it was up. Natural gases look good, guys. So take a look at oil right there as well. Not looking bad for tomorrow, so you can keep an eye on that one. And that is what we have this evening. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you so much, Zach, and everybody else tuning in. Of course, Sean and Sam. Let's go bull in the morning, Sam. Laptop travel. He's cruising over to what country is he going to? I forgot. Oh, Vietnam. How the hell do I forget Vietnam? Yeah, he's going to Vietnam. I posted the pictures of him of the beach. It's really nice right there. So check that out. And let's see who else. I know Doge Mama 9 was on. Janica was probably hanging out at some point. And of course, Valerie and everybody else. Sean right there. Consistency Spike. All kinds of great people hanging out tonight. So I greatly appreciate it. As always, hope you guys enjoyed the show. All information presented here is for educational and informational purpose only, not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. And of course, we'll be on at 7 a.m. for pre-market, as we do our pre-market show every Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. And of course, we do the Stocks and Stuff show at night at 8 p.m. Sunday through Thursday. So thank you for everyone tuning in. Be sure to hit the like button on your way out of here. Follow along on everything. If you have any questions, shoot me a message on X. And then until tomorrow, you guys enjoy your night. You can watch the hockey games on, and it's just kind of starting off, so you guys can enjoy that playoff game right there. And that is what we have tonight on a Thursday night. So can you believe it's going to be the middle of May tomorrow on a Friday, May 15th? How crazy is this week, this month, and this year flying by already? So middle of the month of May tomorrow. We'll see what's going on. And then in a couple weeks, guys, it'll be our 2-year anniversary that we're doing this show. It'll be a Sunday night on May 31st. So I guess I have to do something exciting or do something for that show. I have no idea what I'm going to do, but we'll have to think of something. So if anyone has any ideas, you let me know. And there you go, everybody. So I will see you guys at 7 a.m. You guys enjoy your night, and I will talk to you in the morning. Have a good night, everybody.